I need to leak some remote viewing data. It's been a tough weekend here in Hawaii. Man, we had a nasty storm come through yesterday and the day before. Torrential rains, flash flooding, lightning. We now are under a brown water advisory, why I'm not going to get in the ocean today. Listen to what the health department is saying about our water. The public is advised to stay out of floodwaters and stormwater runoff due to, catch this, possible overflowing cesspools, sewer, manholes, pesticides, animal fecal matter, dead animals, pathogens, chemicals, and associated flood debris. Oh yeah, let's go swimming. All that flows into the ocean. Nasty what we do to our water. Anyway, also during that storm, I'm a professional drone pilot, and I had a client that needed some shots of his landscape company trimming coconut trees. You see, if you have coconut trees on your property, and this was a big hospital, had a lot of coconut palms, there's a liability because the coconuts can fall on people's heads. So every now and then you have to bring tree trimmers in to trim all the debris and coconuts. And I was shooting that in high winds and flying a drone in tight among the trees when the winds were blowing. That was just really tough flying. But I got the shots. You can see right here. It was pretty cool. But it's not recommended to fly your drone into the palm fronds. You try to not do that. So I was doing that. Now on the remote viewing front, these are the challenges. I joined a new exchange called Uphold. Someone said, hey, Uphold takes Hawaii customers. Many exchanges don't let you do business with them if you live in Hawaii because the regulations here are so hideously bad. Our regulators, our lawmakers, they're so stupid here, they won't allow cryptos to do business. So I heard about Uphold, and I joined Uphold, put in my ID, came up with yet another password, got on, I was verified, like, yeehaw, buy some Bitcoin. So I went to my bank on Friday, got the routing number, talked to the bank manager, told her what I was doing, got all the information, put it into Uphold, rejected. For some reason it didn't go through, so I got to go Monday and try that again. In the meantime, I'm trying to buy Litecoin with my credit card on Uphold. And so I put in the credit card and it gets rejected. Call the credit card company. This is MasterCard fraud department. Look, I really want to do this. Okay, so I go through waiting online, give my mother's maiden name, social security number, date of birth, all the little verification stuff. And finally, they let me buy this little bit of Litecoin, and I'm doing that as often as I can because we have some remote viewing data on Litecoin is why I want to buy it. Now, don't you buy any cryptos based on we're not giving financial advice, and don't do anything based on our remote viewing data. Our remote viewing data is only as a remote viewing experiment to be seen on its own. And oh, I have sand in my eye. So we do not do any financial recommendations from us. This is for amusement purposes only. So I'm trying to buy some Litecoin. I'm trying to get the bank account. I want to stock up my portfolio, and it's difficult in Hawaii. Now, as for the data, Patreon, we were ready to get this whole thing going and start releasing all our reports this Tuesday, and we discovered that Patreon doesn't let people sign up in the middle of the month, so we have to wait until May 1st. We can't start this until May 1st. I need to call Ed at corporate and ask, what are we going to do? And in this call to corporate, I probably will be really drinking a real martini because I want to get this out. So what do we do? My thought was to maybe just put it out for free. The thing is, we've got all this time-sensitive data. For example, I did a remote viewing on a significant crypto event that was going to happen in April. And we published some of this for a few select people. We leaked it out, but let me show you what I drew. I said there was going to be a city with a lot of buildings that looked damaged, with a lot of debris and some dead bombings. Well, does that, what I drew, look like Syria? Maybe. I also drew a particular building that had bomb damage, rubble, things hanging down, firefighters looking for people. Does that what I drew look like something that happened in Syria? Well, yes, it does. What's the significance to cryptos? Well, okay, this is complicated. Trump sent the cruise missiles on the way on Friday the 13th. He waited until the stock market closed on Friday night. So stock market is all buttoned up for the weekend. Then he launches the bombs because he knew the stock market might have a bad reaction. What happened to cryptos when we bombed Syria? Well, Bitcoin hit a very interesting marker, 8,088. Why that's interesting is because Chinese people love the number 8. They love the number 88. 8,088, it means great wealth. It's a sign of very good things for Chinese people. So Asian people are looking at Bitcoin and saying, that's the important number, 8,088. What does Bitcoin have to do with the attack on Syria? That's a question. Why does Trump always like to bomb people on April 13th? What is it about that date? You see, last year, 2017, on April 13th, he released the mother of all bombs in Afghanistan. Yep, same date, April 13th. Look it up. Mother of all bombs, Afghanistan. This year it was the cruise missiles. And Bitcoin hit a really interesting marker. Oh, one more thing I want to show you. We did three of us did a remote viewing session on something of significance in the remote viewing world, and Rock Archie and I drew the same thing. Look at this. This is my sketch on the left, and that's Rock Archie's sketch on the right. Done independently. We didn't see each other's work. We weren't anywhere near each other, and we drew the same guy. Who do you think that is? That's going to be coming out in our first report, and I don't know if we're just going to leak that for free or somehow we got to get that out soon, because that was some really interesting work. So anyway, we can't get Patreon going until May 1st. We're delayed. We're going to deal with it. Tomorrow I'm going to call Ed at corporate. I'll be having a real martini while I have that call. We're going to figure out what the heck to do with all this data, how to get it out, and how to, you know, it's the growing pains of starting this thing up. We'll get it. Please be patient with us and stay out of the brown water. Aloha.